Adventures. Today we're going to be talking about Justice League Ultimate 6-inch 6-pack figures. Now I have been seeing these pop up out of nowhere all of a sudden. So these are probably something that was sitting on the shelf and they just found a whole mess of them and started to re-release them. So the packaging is just this big brown box with Justice League on it. You'll see it comes with Aquaman, Batman, Cyborg, Superman, The Flash, and Wonder Woman. So if I bring in my scale here, I can see that this comes in right at 1 pound. Let's say 112. 1 pound, 12 ounces. So let's go ahead and slide this out of the packaging so you can see what is all included in this bad boy. And the picture I will post on the description will have all these here. And as you can see, we have some information, some extra stuff that these guys come with. We have some accessories. Cyborg has 2 arm cannons. Superman comes with some steel he's bent. Wonder Woman comes with her shield and sword. Flash comes with a spinny disc and some speed force. Aquaman comes with water because why not? And he does have a trident. Batman comes with these 2 shields because he had these never in the movie. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop them out and take a look at them. Okay, now that we have them out of the packaging, we'll just go ahead and start taking a look from left to right. From the top shelf, we have Cyborg here. Now you'll notice these characters are very, the word I'm looking for is less pricey than the other versions. They have snap-on equipment here that you can just fit in their hands, and then you can pretend his wrist turned into these. So if I just put my there, you'll see. Oh look, yeah, his arm's an arm cannon now. But it did include 2 of them, so you can make it look like both of his arms are arm cannons. Now, as far as articulation goes, the guy can turn around his wrist. He does have a single bend in the elbow that rotates around. His head can rotate left and right. I'm not really, yeah, there we go. Does a little bit of up, a little bit down. As far as T-pose goes, he can do this much of a T-pose. No ab crunch, but does have waist swivel. No outside leg movement, but they do move forward and backwards. They do have a single bend in the knee and no rotation at all in the legs or ankle. They do come with 2 peg holes for the bottom so you can stand them. Put him there. The next one we have is Batman. Same type of articulation. This far has a bend in the elbow that rotates, a wrist that rotates, waist swivel, forward and back, 1 bend in the knee. Now his boot actually swivels, which is different than Cyborg that has no swivel. Now his cape is made out of a cloth. Comes with cat hair if you have cats. It's very, very nice. On one side, it's darker than the other. And does come with 2 peg holes. Now his accessories are these shields. Pieces, I don't know why he came with shields. They're not even excuse me, shaped like bats. So we'll push those to the side. never to be displayed again. Okay, now we have the Aquaman himself, and he comes with 2 accessories. One of them water, and he can he wield it as a weapon. They don't know that this is not Mira, evidently. So yeah, you get this. So if you get a Mira in the future, you can use this as her weapon. So that could be used for her. His trident is the same one that he had in the movie Justice League, and Aquaman has some level of detail in it. Now Aquaman has the same level of articulation, but since he has his hair here, he's harder to turn around, up and down. He can nod his head basically, and he has this much level of shoulder as well as his elbow. Can do the same thing. Wrist turns. Yeah. Waist, legs, and no boot swivel, just the leg bend. All right. Next one we'll take a look at is Flash. Flash, you can see his head's a little bit more maneuverable than the others. His arms actually come out to a little bit better T-pose. Now his elbows are the same. Rotates around. Wrist that rotates around. There. There we go. Single bend. And no swivel in the ankles either. So I know I didn't do this. I'll go ahead and do a detailed look on the other figures here. We'll go ahead and do Flash, so you can take a look at his costume. And bring Aquaman back in. Sorry, I forgot to do that before. Batman. And I think this Batman's the only one that I have the Mattel version that I'll bring in for a comparison in a second. I actually have this guy too, but I haven't done a review of him. Huh, you notice he has these too, so I wonder if you can store his weapons. In the back, you can. Nice. See, Batman can't stand. Okay, and next we have Wonder Woman. You know, she does come with her lasso, and it would be a loop for her sword, but it's not looped enough. So let's see. Wonder Woman can do a nice T-pose. Once again, her hair does prevent some movement, but she can still do it. Down more than up on her head. She can rotate around. Elbow bend all the way around. And the wrist. And she can do a waist swivel, as well as a forward and backwards this much. So not much back because of the skirt. Or is it just my leg? I think it's just my leg. This just needs a little tweaking. Now her knees do bend. No bend. And the boot Batman is the only one that has that so far. Now she does come with 2 accessories. Her shield does clip on to her wrist here. And we have her sword here. And last but not least is Superman here. It's funny they included the little S in his belt buckle. You can look up and down, left and right. Well, the last row of figures had better T-pose than the other ones. Now his arm can rotate around. He does have a single bend in the elbow, wrist rotation, side to side waist, forward and back, legs, knee bend, and he also has a boot. So if you have a boot that comes halfway down your leg or your calf muscle, then you can get rotation, evidently. Now Superman comes with 2 pieces of steel. I guess they felt he needed to have something that he could hit somebody with, and they also can combine into one piece here. So you can see here, all you need to do is just put them in, and then he can look like he's bending the steel because he's so mad. Yeah. All right. So here is the Justice League Ultimate 6-inch 6-pack. The fact that this was a quarter of the price of buying all of these figures, actually, let's see, if you were to buy all of these figures individually and say you paid $12 for each of them, you still were getting a deal out of this. So if you were wanting to have a Justice League 6-inch scale figures when you're not worried about the level of detail, then this is a good pack for you. So as promised, here is Batman from the Suicide Squad from Mattel. And we take a look at this Batman. You can see there is a little bit of a difference in 6-inch scale here. The fact that this one comes with a cloth cape doesn't really matter when you're comparing it to your other scale figures. Now they said 6-inch. Let's find out. 6-inch? 6-inch? And this guy is 6.5. So that's why that guy is a little bit taller. He's 6.5 and this guy is 6-inch. So the package did not lie. But yeah, so the range of movements and everything like that. But if you have limited space and you just want to have a Justice League, then you can find this set. Use the keyword Justice League Ultimate 6-pack and you should be able to find these figure sets. So until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.